Women's bantamweight matchup between Paige VanZant and Ronda Rousey. All right, so here she is, United States Olympic medalist, former UFC women's bantamweight champion, and Hall of Famer Ronda Rousey. You can't tell the history of women in mixed martial arts without starting with Ronda.
It has to start with Ronda Rousey because her first UFC fight against Liz Carmouche back in Anaheim was truly, truly amazing. They went out there, they put on a great show. Ronda ended it in the most patented way. It had to end with an armbar. Ronda got it at the end of the first round. The crowd went crazy, and you understood at that moment if Ronda was a star prior, she was going to the moon after that night in Anaheim, and that's exactly what she did.
She really has had a profound impact on American culture. Halloween rolls around every year. Ronda Rousey's are everywhere. You can't effectively put into words her contribution to mixed martial arts, and of course tonight she will try to add to her legacy. All right, so here's the mixed martial arts superstar Paige VanZant. This is a fighter's fighter, DC. She could do any number of things when it comes to her celebrity and her profile. She wants to fight in the UFC, and she's back tonight.
She wants to be inside the octagon because she understands that before the UFC and before all these things, she was a fighter.
Yeah.
She came here to try and build a career. And by building a career, she built a second career outside of fighting. From Dancing with the Stars to the swimsuit edition. All of it, though, is based on her ability to win fights. When you go back and you watch some of her victories, the Alex Chambers victory and the jumping kick against Beck Rawlings, you understand the level of martial artist that Paige VanZant is.
She has missed a lot of time due to injury, missed all of 2017, had an arm injury that kept her out most of 2018, now plying her trade as a flyweight. We'll see how it goes for PVZ here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a judo wrestler, holding a professional record of 12 wins, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Venice Beach, California, presenting the former UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World, Ronda Rousey! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record of 8 wins, 5 losses. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Portland, Oregon, 12-gauge Paige VanZant! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
All right, so here we go, arguably the best 2 jiu-jitsu players in this division. Now, one of them told you on Thursday she's ready to strike tonight. You think that's pre-fight talk, or is she really going to try to stand the trick?
It could be a trick, because as fighters, sometimes you tell people things that you think they want to hear, but she understands that regardless of what type of jiu-jitsu skills her opponent possesses, she still feels as though she's the best in the game, but her opponent is just as good, if not better.
Rousey going for the body, targeting that area with the kick. You have been able to land. And a nice job to stick with it there to complete the takedown. Oh, and with conviction, she moves right into half guard.
Without much effort, she was able to pass from her full guard right into half guard.
Setting up a sub here.
Attacking armbar. There it is. Now she's in trouble.
opening, and she closed the show pretty effectively there. That is one of the bigger wins of her UFC career. All right, so there's the end of the round, and in terms of offensive wrestling execution, she had it all going there.
Yeah, she had it all working. She did everything she wanted to do. She was racing to position. Once she got to her leg, she didn't pause. She didn't stop. She went right to the finishes that she needed in order to get the fight to the ground. I mean, that was a great display of offensive wrestling.
So there she is, your winner by submission, and there will be no wiping the smile off her face tonight as she turns in one of the bigger highlights of her UFC career.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Eve Levine has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 16 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Ronda Rousey!